Hey guys, Rick Hogg with Warhog Tactical, and I want to talk to you about magazine change with the carbine. So understand this, you have a speed and a tactical magazine change. So what I want to address is the speed magazine change, i.e. you shot your last bullet, for whatever reason you have no secondary on you, that bolt's locked back to the rear and we need to get a fresh magazine in there. So first and foremost, you have to understand a lot of guys put added movements in there, in my opinion, that don't need to be there. Probably the biggest one that I see is guys come up, they fire, and then the gun doesn't work for whatever reason, and they want to take a look at this ejection port. And I go, okay, fine, what are you looking at? Because here's the thing, that works great for a daylight range. What happens when it's dark outside? You're not gonna be able to see in there. Let the rifle talk to you and kind of understand the feel for what's going on. So again, when you're doing the drill, you come up, do your engagement, boom. Rifle goes dry, it's going on safe. You're going through your movements to get your next magazine out. So let's talk about that with a little more detail. So again, I've got a mag in here. I come up and fire, boom, boom. Once the gun is dry, malfunction, whatever the case may be, fingers coming off the trigger, I'm placing the rifle on safe. Simultaneously, I'm hitting the mag release. Slight cant. Simultaneously, the hand is coming down to the center line of my belt, sweeping across till I get that spare magazine. I've got a good grip on it. It's going in. As soon as it locks, I'm hitting the bolt release, hand sliding forward, and I'm back on target to engage. Now, understand this. There's a couple things you have to think about when you're getting your magazine out. So for me, I like to have my bullets forward. So in essence, when my hand comes to the center line, I am just sweeping back. I secure that magazine just like I would, and it's going right into the rifle, and I'm using that index finger as a pointer. Some guys like to come down and do a beer can grip, where they grip it up high, and then they try to put the magazine in there. You can do that. The only con that you have to think about when you're beer canning potentially is if you come down and you're here, you go to beer can, what happens if I grab it too high? Now I can't get that mag in, I've got to do some adjusting to lock it in there. So I would just tell you, just be cognizant of which way you're going with. Either way is correct, but you just want to make sure that we're getting that good positive lock into or good positive lock of that magazine into that carbine. So again, when I fire this, I'm going to be deliberate in my shots. Why? Because I want to see what a full recoil impulse feels like for that first shot, and then that second shot is going to give me something different. Once that happens, safe, finger off the trigger, drop the mag, conduct my reload, fire my next two shots, because again, I'm looking to get the feel of that rifle, and then what you're going to see at the very end will be a ghost reload, and I'll explain that in a little more detail. So again, we're here, drive up, get my first sight picture, full recoil impulse, I'm good. Second, it feels different, sounds a little different, gun's unsafe, drop my mag, secure, let's see where it goes. Come in again for 1 and 2. Once that happens, I drop the magazine, I still conduct my sweep, I still come up and hit my bolt release, I still come up on target and get a final press. So what I'm trying to do on that ghost reload is that's just one more chance to practice. And then, oh, by the way, if I'm doing something crazy with my trigger control, if I'm anticipating that recoil, driving that rifle down too much, that will all be evident with the ghost reload. Again, guys, when you're conducting your reload, be as efficient as possible. Again, no reason to look at that ejection port, and know what that rifle feels like with that full recoil impulse, and then know what it feels like when it locks back to the rear. If your rifle is not tight into your shoulder and you get this added movement, you're going to lose what that feels like. So ensure that rifle is well into your shoulder. If you're carrying a carbine, the speed magazine change is an essential skill that you must master.